Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss one of the real scenario case into the Power Apps and which is basically the cascading dropdown. The mean of the cascading dropdown means if you have a multiple dropdowns into this Power App application and you want those should get connected with each other. If you select any of the one value from the first dropdown, so according to that, your second dropdown value should get reflect. For an example, I have this data for this cascading. So now I have this name, designation, salary, and so on. So I just want to create the three dropdown first of all. One is related to country, second is related to city, and the third is related to designation. So for an example, suppose if you select this USA here, then related to this USA, these city should be listed into my second dropdown. And if I select any of the city from here, so in this city, the number of designations or whatever the designations are here, those should reflect in my third dropdown. So this type of a dropdown is called as a cascading dropdown. So how we will create this one? So this table is basically this EMP data, which is placed on my OneDrive. So I have just connected with this data and I have used the OneDrive connector here and connected with this respective cascading data set. Now here, I'm just gonna create the one drop down here. Click on this drop down and this drop down is basically for the country. So here I will select this EMP data and I will select this country from here. But the challenge is here, if you see this drop down here, so it is showing you this country here, but it is getting repeated. It means it is showing you all these data into the similar ways as mentioned in column D. But I want to show the unique country here. So for this one, we are going to use this PowerFX function, which is basically the distinct. So use this distinct function on this EMP data. Now it is asking you on the basis of what column you just want to make it unique. So on the basis of this country column. So now if you see the country are reflecting as a unique list in the dropdown. If you want to make this sorted either in ascending order or in descending order, then here we can also sort this by value. So if I select this value, so here you can see it is sorted into this ascending order. So now here, this country is created. So I'm just gonna give you the label for your understanding. So this is basically country. Now here, what we have to do is, this is my country dropdown. And here I can just rename this one. So I can give the name as DD underscore country. Now I just want to create the two more dropdown, which is basically for the city and the designation. So here I'm just creating the one dropdown here and which is related to city. So same here, we are going to select this city from here, then select one more drop down here, which is basically for the designation. So same here, select this one and here this designation. So I'm just gonna rename this one. This drop down is basically related to city. So DD underscore city. And the third one, which is basically designation. So DD underscore designation. I'm just going to put the label for your understanding here. So this second one is related to city. And the third one is designation. So now I have given this label name also here. Now we are just going to make this as a cascading one because as of now, if you see, if you are selecting this Canada here or India here, so see, it is showing you all the countries over here, right? Which is also related to India, US, and other countries and so on, right? And all the designations are here. So I just want that this city should get dependent on the country. It means whatever the country I will select, only for those country related, the city should get reflect. So here we are just going to make our data filter. So for that one, we are just going to use that filter function here. So use that filter function. It is asking the source. So source is the EMP data. Right. Now, it is asking to you, tell me on the basis of what you want to filter it out, right? So here my condition is what? That this country should be equals to what? Which is basically the dd underscore country dot selected text dot value. So now if you see here, between this country and city currently, you have selected this India. So related to this India, only you are able to see those cities. If you change this to Canada, so related to this Canada, city is getting changed. If you're selecting this UK, it is getting changed also. And for the USA, it is also getting changed. Now here, I want to make this designation also as a dependent, which should be depend on the city. So now here, what I will do, same logic we will implement here, that filter this EMP data. Now here, I just want to filter the city. City on what basis? Whatever the city we are selecting from this city drop down. Selected text dot value. So now here, if you see, if I have selected this USA and Los Angeles, so here you can see these two developers, two designations are reflecting manager and developer. So if you see the data also, we have selected this USA in this Power Apps actually. And here we have selected this Los Angeles. And here you can see we have these two designations, manager and developers, which are reflecting there, right? So now here you can also validate for the other one. If I'm changing this to India, and in the Mumbai, only I have a one manager. In the Pune, I have one analyst. In this Nagpur, I have one developer, and so on and so forth. Right? So the number of the values, whatever the values you are just going to select from this one, it is going to get changed accordingly, right? This one. So designation is depend on the city and city is depend on this country. So this is basically this concept of this cascading dropdown. If you want to implement this cascading dropdown into your data set also, then you can use that. For an example, I'm just going to use this data table and I'm just going to connect with this data. And I have this overall data here. So I'm just keeping this data here. And what I want that on the basis of my drop-down selection, this data needs to be filtered out. Currently, it is showing you the entire data set here. So now what I want into this data table 3, I will just go for this filter condition. So I say, I just want to filter this EMP data. Now it is asking your first condition. So my first condition is that the country should be what, which is equals to dd underscore country dot selected text dot value. So now if you see, if I have selected this UK from this drop down, so UK data is reflecting here. And if I select this Canada, Canada is reflecting here. And if I select this India, then India data is reflecting here. Now, also I want that for the Mumbai, which is city selection and designation selection, also should impact on this data table. So I will just give the another condition here that dd underscore city should be, that is basically the city, should be dd underscore city dot selected text dot value. Same here for the designation. So here, this designation also I just want to filter out. So designation equals to dd underscore designation dot selected text dot value. So now here, if you see, so I have selected India and Mumbai and manager. So it is reflecting here. For an example, if I select this USA and here, if you select this Los Angeles, so you have these two designations here, right? So manager you have selected. So this data is reflecting for the manager designation. If you change this to developer, so you can see it is getting changed here. So now you can create the cascading dropdown into this Power Apps, and those cascading dropdowns you can also connect with your data table or the gallery wherever you want to use that. So I hope you understood this concept that how to create this cascading dropdown and also how to use that into our data table. Thank you so much everyone for watching this session.